And so we start, much like we always do. We start by trying to bring ourselves center, bring ourselves focused and in the present moment, taking a breath and releasing, taking another breath and releasing, one more time. Big full breath in and release. Giving ourselves a moment just to be still, just to let everything pass and be still. Before we got started, I said I was thinking about slowing down and how difficult that can be and how challenging it can be for us to just sit with ourselves, keeping a nice, even breath. The goal is to be comfortable, to get used to being with ourselves and be able to sit with ourselves sometimes and to knowing when to just put things down, to just let them go. Even if only for a moment or two, even if only for a few breaths, to release, to put those things down. I want to stay focused on our breathing and evening out our breath, allowing our heart rate, our pulse to slow down to a nice steady pace. Continue to breathe and begin to visualize a square, just a square. It can be as big or as small as you would like. It can be any color. See your square. It could be any texture. See it in your mind's eye. Really picture the perfect outline of the square. And what I want you to do is to breathe and trace along the square. So starting from one corner, inhale up along one side of the square. Pause at the corner. Exhale, trace along another side. Pause at the corner. Inhale, tracing along the third side. Pause. And exhale again, bringing you back to your starting point of the square. Inhaling up, tracing along that side. Pause. Exhale, drawing our second line. Pause. Inhale, the third line. Pause. Exhale again. Back to start. Now continue to trace the 4 lines and corners of your square. Finding the breathing pattern that feels natural and easy to you. Whatever that may be. If it's a longer inhale, if it's a longer exhale, if the pause is very brief, if the pause is for a few beats, this is your square. This is your breath. This is what you'll come back to in times of duress, in times of frustration. Find your pattern. Trace your square. Inhaling, pause, exhaling, pause. Tracing the lines and the corners of the square, matching them with each and every breath. Breathing at a pace that feels right for you. A pace that feels calming to you. A pace that feels easy for you. This is your square. This is your breath. This is your time to connect with that breath. Inhaling pausing, exhaling, pausing, inhaling, pause, exhale, pause. Remember, there's no right or wrong. There's what feels right and best for you. What feels natural and effortless to you. Finding the breath that gives you ease, finding your own set point, your own calming breath, connecting it to your square, the square you constructed of its own size, of its own color, its own texture. That's special and unique to you. This is yours and yours alone. It's personal. Only you know this square. It exists only in your mind's eye. But it's important to remember it, to connect with it, so that you can return to it. So that when we feel our breath becoming shallow, erratic, this is what we can return to. The square becomes our point of reference. It's our own comforting space where we find ease. Continue to breathe and trace your square. One more time. Along one side to the corner. Along the next side. Pause at the corner. Along a third side. Pause. And the last line. Pause. Take a moment here while we stay in this space, eyes closed, before we shift our focus. Notice how you feel. Notice if you feel differently. Notice where you feel differently. Notice what you may feel more or less of. Any changes at all. Any shifts in energy. What you feel physically. mentally or emotionally, if anything's changed since finding your square. As we stay in this space, continuing to breathe, I talked about slowing down, being able to put things down, being able to give yourself some reprieve, some rest, a pause, a break. Another thing I want to add is that you don't have to do something to earn and deserve that break. This is something I have to learn. It's something I have to practice as well and remind myself. You don't have to earn a break. You can break anytime you need one. You alone deserve a break. We do so much, we carry so much on our day-to-day lives, on our minds and our hearts. We're always pushing, we're always going. You deserve your break. You can give yourself a break. There's nothing extra required of you. You can take a break for yourself. You are worthy, you are deserving of a break, a pause, rest. You deserve rest. As you are, you deserve to have rest, to be rested. Remember your square. It's always here for you. You can always come back to it. You can always use it. It's yours. Take that with you. Now, starting to shift our focus. Take a good full inhale. And exhale. Good full inhale. And exhale. One more time. Good and full inhale. And exhale, release. Slowly shifting your focus back to the space, to this room, orienting to the space around you. Bringing your focus back, wiggling fingers and toes. Moving a little bit. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready. There's no hurry. Always remember, this is your time. This is your time to spend with you, cultivating the most important relationship you have, the relationship with yourself. So take your time, ease your way back. I am here. Going to end our recording here.